start a war, as they say, you need to know your enemy.
Hi, Shireen, I can hear you.
Oh, I am muted, of course. I said, "Are we live? Are we live? Are we live?"
Yes, we are.
Wow, I've been on my handphone too engrossed with it. Hang on, let me just mute it. Hi everyone. Well, I can't believe we are back again for HR intervention. Well, we're on season 3, episode 7 already. I
Episode
did so
7.
fast. Yeah,
Yes.
we're back with our really 7th episode, which I'm shocked for this. Which is season 3. We hope you are so excited as we are. We have come so far, 7 amazing episodes of amazing speakers also till today. So today we have a very fitted topic called, oh my god, the pronunciation of this is going to be amazing. Towards a new philanthropy.
Trophy.
Correct, pronunciation?
Yes.
And of course,
Philanthropy.
philanthropy. And of course, an amazing speaker, as always, that will tell us more about it. Actually, Ajit, after doing 3 seasons and we are on episode 7, I actually feel a little bit nervous today. I think because of the speaker that we have today, an amazing one. A bit weird,
Yes.
right?
Today's speaker is well prepared and it comes very branded, so you have to be a bit nervous. You're right.
Yeah, we have Louis Vuitton today on the show.
Yes.
Yeah, oh my god, these people. I'm definitely so excited to bring him in later. But before that, Ajit, can you please explain a little bit about our show, especially to those new audiences that have joined us? Because I see quite a lot of audience from my phone.
Oh, okay. Pleasure is all mine. Hello, everybody. My name is Ajit. How are you all doing today? Hope you are having a wonderful time. Anyway, for those who are new here, here's a little bit about our show. Hashtag HR Interventions is commonly known as HR. Hashtag HR TV is an online talk show brought to you by Compass Mind Asia, a well-known corporate training provider. For those who are looking for training out there, do contact Shireen. She could take it up from there on. Okay, in our previous shows, we have interviewed HR experts about everything and anything relates to HR and career developments. We have done few marvelous shows relating to multi-generation workforce, burnout among employees, and much more topics. If you have missed those episodes, all of those episodes are available on and recorded on Shireen's YouTube channel, Shireen Kelly, as you see the ticket that is going to appear at below. Yes. So for those who missed it, don't worry, go back and see. You will see us doing the whole thing there.
Awesome lah. And let's say hi to Clarice. I see Clarice on the show. She very quickly already said hello. Hi. Yes, as Ajit was saying, you can go to our previous episodes and season, but only after the show, not now, because we will miss you here then, and we want you guys to get the most out of the show today because it's simply going to be a ball, man. Anyway, if you're still
Yes.
confused if whether the show is for you, this show is actually for anybody who is having a job or looking for a job. Whether you are top level C suite or you are non executive, whether you're a fresh graduate or you've been working for 30 years, 50 years, this show is definitely for you. especially if you are from the HR and L&D department. And as always, we'd love to know who's watching, right, Ajit, as we've had audience from
Yes.
so
Around
many
the
parts.
world, correct.
Yeah, so guys, please say hello and let's have a virtual conversation together as we always make this show a very interactive session. So let us know where you're
Exactly.
tuning from. Let's hear some hellos
Hello,
from you.
everybody. Okay. Yes, and do tell us where you are calling us, where you are dialing from. And before we move further into this topic, for those who do not know me, my name is actually Koljit Singh, but you all can call me Ajit. I manage HR per se in APAC. So that's a little bit about me. And with me, I have Shireen. Shireen, you want to introduce yourself
Yeah, Ajit,
formally?
as you're introducing yourself, I'm thinking, who don't know you? Everybody knows you. And I am Shireen Kelly, Managing Director of Compass Mind Asia. And today is HR Intervention Season 3,
Three,
Episode 7.
episode 7. Welcome again, everybody. To those who have just joined us, comment below where you are tuning from and which part of the world are you from. Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Brunei, Thailand, or even South Africa. We had some people from Africa prior to this. Okay, on this note, how is everybody doing? And let us know what are you having for lunch. Shireen, you had your lunch?
I had today, it seemed very vegetarian. Trying to go
Oh,
healthy to
okay.
lose some weight.
Okay, you
Oh,
want to see
I
my
think I took the
lunch?
wrong way.
Yeah, this is my lunch, my latte. I probably have lunch a little later. I am at an hotel today, attending a HR conference and taking my time out to do HR TV. Okay,
Yeah, to be with
so
all
Shireen,
you guys. So
oh, okay,
let
we
us
have
know.
got
Yeah, we've got Joshua. Hi,
Joshua.
Joshua.
He's
He's from
from.
Ipoh.
Hi,
Yeah.
Joshua.
Guys, let us know if you've had your lunch and what you had for lunch. Let's fill Ajit's stomach up with some information about food because he's only having a cup of coffee. Poor guy.
Latte, yes.
Yeah, having chicken curry for lunch. Wow, Joshua. Okay, sorry, Ajit. Anyway, we
Oh my
can't
God.
wait to on. What's that?
I also
Oh,
want chicken curry.
poor thing. Never mind. Tonight, I'm sure you will get
Yep.
very nice chicken curry at home. Correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And if you do have more chocolate cake, please send it my way. Don't just tell there's chocolate cake, but don't send anything. I still am imagining that chocolate cake that you told me about. Your mom made.
My sister
Anyway,
baked it at night. In the middle of the night, from nowhere, she baked chocolate cake.
next time when she's doing that in the middle of the night, just ping me, please. In the morning, 7 a.m., I'll be there for breakfast. I just need to know where.
Mm.
Ah. Hi, Isni. Isni says she's from PJ. Isni, what have you had for lunch? Share it with Ajit so he can make him drool a little bit. Actually, supposed to make his stomach full. Hi, Pamela. Pamela is dialing in from
From
KL. Come,
Kuala
let us know.
Lumpur.
Yeah. Anyways, we can't wait to bring our guests in today. I'm sure you guys are also all ready, right? Come, let us know if you're ready. If you're ready, give us your thumbs up and your hearts so we will know you are ready because it's virtual. We cannot hear a yes and we cannot hear your voice. So give us thumbs up and lots of hearts. So let me introduce you a little bit about the speaker today. Our speaker brings along with him 22 years of HR industry experience in not only manufacturing, infrastructure construction, and also healthcare. It's like, wow, right? Wait, that is not the
Yeah.
only wow part. His profile is whoa. Currently, he's the head of people at Infinity Logistics and Transport Group, where he oversees the people agenda. His current job profiles are responsible for people, culture strategies, and for implementing group strategy human resource initiatives. Throughout his career, he has gained vast experience in the HR subject matter of talent acquisition, employee competency gap analysis, HR financial and costing, OD, employee engagement, and so many other areas. Under his leadership, he achieved lots of what do you call it, awards. One of it is the top 100 Asia's best employee brand 2019 by World HRD Congress. Employee Experience Award 2021. Get your popcorns ready because he's really got a lot of awards. He's wow. Employee Experience Award 2021 for Best Onboarding Experience. Malaysia in 2019 and 2021, and several other established magazines. He's been in few established magazines where he has shared his HR achievement stories, HR practices, and future of HR trends. I think a lot of people need to read what he has written in the magazines because it's full of value. Recently, this profound speaker was awarded 501 Most Fabulous Global HR Leader at the World HRD Congress 2020, 40 Most Influential HR Leader across Southeast Asia 2022, 100 Most Influential HR Leader from Southeast Asia 2023, that is really recent, and Topmost HR Leader Malaysia 2023 at World HR Congress. That is not it, yeah, guys. He has published several HR academic journals, both locally and internationally. He earned his
Wow.
yeah, I know, man. So much of things he brings with him, which he's going to share with us. He earned his Doctor of Philosophy in Human Resource Management from the University of Malaya, which is in Malaysia, with Strategic Human Resource Management, Organizational Culture, and Firm Performance being his area of expertise. So, guys, you must be wondering who is this person? It is a guy, and I want you to help me welcome him by giving
Welcome.
him lots of hearts and thumbs up. Help me welcome together Dr. Michael Loo Leap Ihan.
Yay.
Hi.
Welcome,
Hi.
welcome, doctor.
Hey, I just give you a few sentences on my intro. I don't know where you cover all these lengthy introductions.
You have so
oh,
much
you
of
are like,
credentials behind you. It has to be told, Michael. It's like, wow, there's so much of things we want to learn from you today.
I know, it's just a very simple HR practitioner. I think I learned so much from Ajit as well Shireen, being a good training provider. You provide a lot of workshops, very good quality workshops. I think that helps way, for us to learn beyond what we know. I think like I said, learning is a very continuous process.
Ongoing, yeah. Yeah, thank you
Definitely.
very much for being with us. Thank you very much, and it's an honor, Dr. Loo, to have you on our show
Call me
today.
Michael will do,
So,
Ajit. Michael will do.
Michael, okay. So, how are you doing today?
Hungry, all right. Hungry. So when I'm hungry, I may not think wisely, I may not speak wisely, but just bear with me, yeah. Yeah, just
I
bear with me.
always,
No, no, no.
I've heard this: a hungry man is an angry man. Don't be angry, ah.
No. I'm not an angry person. I'm not angry
No, we
person.
change it. A hungry man is a wise man for now. Okay.
Yay! The hungry
Okay,
man.
anyway, we
Yes.
definitely will want to know more about you compared to what Shireen have explained. Shireen have explained all your achievements and whatnot. Maybe you want to share a little bit more about yourself and that we have not mentioned prior to this. Maybe a little bit about your hobbies and things that you do in your free time.
Okay. I love to sleep, yeah. I think sleeping is I love to sleep, and I love watching Netflix movies. If I'm not doing any HR works, I do quite a number of social works. Yeah, being a tutor for the younger, the school children. And I love fashions. Yeah, I do keep track on fashions. And I love to design things. I love to draw, at per se, to draw. And yeah, I think these are some of my simple, cost-effective hobbies.
Cost effective. No, like to
Hey,
dress is not cost
sleeping you don't cost much, right? And then you're right.
Of course.
So yeah, I'm a very simple person. I just enjoy a very relaxing kind of hobbies, which does not need a lot of energy to think so much. Like watching movie, I don't watch those movie that need me to think a lot. I just want to watch and laugh, and that's it.
Comedy.
Okay.
So when
Very
you say
humble, very humble.
drawing, when you say drawing, what do you specifically like to draw? Because some people like to draw about nature.
Example, my back screen. Yeah. So not something professional. It's just abstract. Just scribble here and there. When you're caught in traffic jam, I just take out my notebook. I just draw emojis. I mean, not those professional drawing, but say it's just drawing, just drawing.
Is that
So
Terry
the
Catcher
behind
behind you by you?
by you?
No. It's done by a professional artist, but something similar to this, but not as good as this.
Wow.
Okay.
Ajit, we got to check it out now one day.
Because sometimes when you drive,
Yeah.
when you have this HR philosophy out of the mind, I just draw it out, just to represent in graphic per se, and then at time I just flick back, my drawing and just recall, Yeah, it's just a simple hobby.
Nice.
Good.
Simple and relaxing, right? Very relaxing.
True.
Yeah.
I should try. I should try doing that drawing.
Yeah,
Probably get me more focused.
You just need a piece of paper, and a pencil will do. That's it. Very cost-effective hobby, yeah.
Okay, we have Sazwani saying hello everyone. Hello Sazwani.
Hello.
We have Sani Wason saying PM. He put a thumbs up. We have Mala also putting a thumbs up. Hello everybody. Yes, welcome. So please do share with us where you are dialing in
I
from.
know Mala in person.
Oh, okay. Cool. More of your fans will log in now.
No, they are not my fans.
Okay.
I know Mala in person.
Okay, let's move on to our topic. Allow me to introduce
Yeah.
a little bit about our topic. Our topic today talks a little bit about philosophy, the old and familiar HR philosophy that has served us well in decades are now facing a big challenge. The workforce that we have not seen is now transforming. We have got various generation coming in, and they bring a fresh perspective. So again, on that, to understand and to adapt to the uniqueness of what we have, need to also adjust accordingly as how we go along. Welcome to our journey towards a new HR philosophy, where we'll explore the Mandian HR initiatives in the era, and also discover innovation ways to actually improve HR processes and dwell into concept of sustainable HR. That's what we plan to do today. Get ready to embark on a paradigm shift that we will redefine how we approach HR moving forward. It is time for HR to get on mark, get set and ready to fly into future where we meet the workforce where they are. HR to bring HR to higher challenge. So let's now take a deeper dive onto our topic and start picking on Michael's expertise. So, Michael, this is where it starts.
Right.
Are you ready?
Michael doing Bhangra already. Like that, Michael.
Having Ajit in the house plus Sherry in the house now. That's it. I surrender first.
Bhangra time because you are both of us in the house. Anyway, Claire says, Michael, good to see you again. And
Yes.
Mother says, hey, Michael, yes, I'm his
Hi,
fan.
you
Wow,
too.
see? Betul
Hey,
also.
Mala, I told you I know Mala, what?
Some more she said, great man that is always humble and simple. So
Mala.
sweet.
Exactly.
So, Michael, I've got the first question for you.
All right.
Okay. How has the generational workforce changed and why is it important for HR to adapt?
I see. Okay, my answer basically is based on my experience. Yeah, I mean, not something. If it's applied to you, go ahead. Yeah, if not, then you try to replicate and learn what you can make use of it. Yeah,
Works.
I
Yeah, what
believe
works for you.
everyone know in the organization you have different layers of generational workforce. Yeah, you know that as you can see before and after the pandemic, it have changed significantly, right? And each generation, I believe, they bring a very unique, I would say, perspective. You know, their values, their work style, and then the way they communicate and whatnot. Yeah. So in generally, we have the traditionalist group, we have these baby boomers, and then we have these Generation X, those millennium, Generation Z. Yeah, these are the core generation workforce. Now, when you talk about what changed recently, you know, we can these are some of the hot topics. They talk about technological advancement. You know, how AI impact, you know, the way we work. Yeah, and then we talk about work-life integration, work-life harmony, and then we also look at career aspiration and expectations, and then diversity and inclusions, communication styles. Yeah, communication style coming from channels. You know, like when I have my younger generation, they don't talk; they love to WhatsApp me. Even just right in front of me, you know, they WhatsApp. You know, and then we have these are the style how they communicate, and then employee engagement, something in thing. All right, I believe it will keep on coming, and we can enhance more on this employee engagement. Now we talk about retirement, yeah, retirement and talent retention. So these are some to name a few, like, you know, these I will say a major change in the HR world, and of course the HR practitioner, we need to adapt, you know, in this changing generation, you know, workforce, basically to attract, of course, to attract, retain, you know, very standard, and to engage with them. Now, when we have a better understanding of this unique characteristic of each group, yeah, I believe you're able to tailor-make certain HR practices, you know, or policy or strategies to accommodate these differences. There is no longer one format fit all. You need to have one big format. You may need to have one sub because the managing expectation is very different now as compared, you know, 10 years or 20 years back ago. And then of course, when we adapt this change, we can maintain our, you know, competitive edge, you know, and promoting a very positive workplace culture in your organization. That's my personal view.
Interesting.
Very
Interesting.
in-depth.
Okay. For the audience, if you have any questions, you want any clarity, please feel free to post your questions as we go along. So before we move on, let's go to the next question. Michael, are you ready?
Yeah, please don't give me hard questions. Yeah. When I'm hungry, I just can't think wisely. Yeah. Just bear with me.
That is what me and Sherry wanted to do. We purposely go and find you, bring you here. Then we want to ask you tough questions.
Ayyo, stressful.
No. We are just joking. Take it easy.
No
Anyway, your
worries.
first answer
I will
was
do my best.
fantastic.
I will do my best.
First
No
answer was
worries.
fantastic. Okay, how can HR meet the new demands of the workforce, which while also optimizing processes?
Yeah. When you from you talk about optimizing processes, my mind comes to two, yeah, that which is strategies and then technologies. This they work both hand in hand, right? And when you come to optimizing process, of course people, but strategies, you know, the how, and then the technologies, the what, right? So for example, we can implement I think nothing new, just modern HR software, or system, you can streamline those administrative tasks, like payroll, benefit administrations, the recruitment, onboarding. You can use this software to lessen the load, and we can have more effective outcome, or we talk about efficiency. And of course, invest, I would say invest may not be something very expensive, but something, a tools or technology to support. Now we're talking about working from home, working remotely, flexi hour, so that we can have a tool for us to communicate. In my company, WhatsApp is something very common. Teams, very common, right? Sometimes we just do FaceTime, very common. When we're at site, we need to show some videos, very common. But when you have artificial intelligence kind of communication, that would be very interesting. Right? That would be very interesting. But I don't expect you to invest high-end expensive software. Something simple as telegrams, right? Telegrams, that's fine. So something that able for us to engage more frequently. And also, I always believe when in my industry, we work at many sites, station and so forth. So we always provide those kind of self-service portal, especially in HR, when they need to check your payslip, the leave entitlement, all that, rather than calling HR, what's my balance leave, what is my entitlement, this can or that can. So I think it's when you have this kind of self-service portal, we educate our colleagues to be responsible, and they're able to get the information via that platforms. And of course, something very irritating, sorry to use the word, you have to call, hey, can you update your person? You got married already or not? I heard you got married, but you never update. That kind of thing, then we are like counter pertanyaan, so many things that so I say, why not having this self-service portal? They can update their personal details, informations, or they need to complete certain HR related tasks, fill out the forms and whatnot. I think that will help our HR team to reduce the administrative works, and we can have more focus to have more real-time experience with the people, rather than just the A4 paper and and the computer. And okay, now offline learning, I believe Shireen, as a training provider, e-learning is something we can't escape. I find very useful because, like me, I love to learn in the evening after my dinner, not during the working hour or in between. Or I enjoy learning on Saturday because I just sit on my sofa and I just get myself comfortable and I read. So we are coming up with this, a lot of affordable, I use the word affordable, online learning platform program, and we assign to respective individual or departments, at their convenience to learn, and they must complete at certain hour at certain time frame. But we give them the privilege to learn at their convenience. And of course, I believe from our learning satisfaction index, it shows above 80%. So I'm sharing, not to offend anything, training provider, because they may not need to have like 2-3 days in the classroom workshop. They prefer to have like break, half day and then another half day assignment. I find in my industry, they can't sit and concentrate because they are so used to move. So when I want to look for a training provider, we will express this kind of arrangement. So the training provider need to think out the box to make the learning fun. Yeah, and of course, data analytics, something that we can't escape. We need to be familiar, right? As simple as mean, max, mode, higher frequency. That is good enough for you to see in the bigger picture, and it's able you to make some HR decision making, right? So if you good, you can explore into SPSS program, all this software. You can do all these colorations and whatnot. But to me, simple as maximum, minimum, that is, percentage frequency, I think that is good enough if you want to start somewhere. So by combining these strategies and then all this technology with the flexible policies, and then of course what we do have to be employee centric, because we are human resources, and data, we have to be well versed with fundamental data analytics. And I believe, having said that, we can optimize our processes, to enhance productivity and efficiency. My personal view.
Okay,
Very,
fantastic. I
very
I think this is marvelous sharing. Just to echo on what Michael just mentioned, yesterday I was actually presenting a topic in Way Forward on learning and development. For your info, Shireen, it was organized by MedPro, all the training association at HRDC, and some of the finding that we also brought up was micro size learning, big size learning. We also talk about effectiveness. We also talk about flexibility. So exactly, spot on, Michael. I think what you have just mentioned are way forward. So all organizations, regardless where or whichever format you are doing, whatever kind of business you are doing, this is way forward for when it comes to learning. Fantastic. Well said. Well said.
Yeah, very in-depth explanation on that. In fact, Joshua says, "Well said, Michael." For that was question number one, and we also have En Cheng, Neo En Cheng, who
Hi.
just says, "Hi, En Cheng."
Hi, and Cheng.
So, Michael, I've got another question for you.
Right.
This is on the sustainability side, right? How can HR professionals collaborate with other departments in the organization to create a more holistic approach to sustainability within the organization?
So, a joke, yeah. HR department, people know, is the most not likable department. When we walk into another department, wow, HR is coming. Something must be wrong. It's just a joke. I always keep this in mind. So I told my team, I mean, this is people perceptions, but we need to change the perception. HR department is the most friendliest department. No, I believe so. Yeah. So
Yeah,
of course, because HR, we are not standalone department. We need to collaborate with other departments, like you mentioned. If I'm not wrong, about facility, procurement, and so forth. Give me a second to how I need to collaborate that. Yeah. Okay. For example, yeah. When I need to work with another department, just for example, procurement per se, I need to set a very clear and measurable sustainability goal with them,
mm,
because otherwise I have my version, she has her version, and by end of the day, we are not going to that sustainability goal. Yeah. So having said that, it will align the purpose of this sustainability, overall mission, what we want to achieve by end of the day, and so that we can measure every performance, every journey milestone, yeah, to reach to that sustainable direction. So first, set something, a common goal, and you must have measurement. That is something very important. When I partner with I would say, facility and building, yeah. For example, I'm known in the organization to be a very cost saving person. I told my team, when you go out for lunch, please off the aircon and the lights, right? And make sure that you turn on, turn off these, and so forth, so that we want to walk the talk, to show that we HR able to contribute one way or another. So when you want, like facility management, we always want to implement this energy efficient technology, and we have a dashboard there to show us. When I was in Biomac, we have a dashboard at the main lobby. We show the consumption. I think Sharon saw that.
yeah,
We show the consumption of electricity, and the water, and so forth, and how it impact how many trees, per day. So that will give a very good framework. Similar to logistics, we have, but we do not display at the HQ, but we display at our freight villages, to show that how many gas emission that we have produced, because we are in the transport industry. So we measure that kind of, gas emission calculation. And we also look at waste reduction, because in our industry, we also need to measure using technology to ensure how many waste that we produce in a day. Of course, we must have a lot of those kind of sustainable metrics by each functional role. They need to submit in order for us to look through at the entire framework. And we share this report with all the stakeholders, as well the board of directors, because we are the IPO listed in Malaysia and Hong Kong. So we need to ensure that this is one of the element that we need to produce to know where we are at this moment of time. And we are moving to green logistics. My boss are lobbying the government, to have more tax, reductions and whatnot. And last but not least, we need to read a lot. We need to understand what sustainability trend going on in the market. And of course, compliance is a must, because we are dealing with many clients. There's always auditors, this and that, to ensure that the ESG and sustainability are tying together. And I think by end of the day, it's not that one department responsibility to ensure the sustainability, because people thought, okay, facility are the core one, because you are using electricity and whatnot, production and so forth. But by end of the day, it's about the collective, collaboration of all departments. We impact each other one way or another, per se. Yeah.
Wow, very, very detailed, man. I love it.
No. This is what we are doing. So what I can remember, it's good. I'm not giving something too theoretical, because
Yeah.
I love to give something practical that we can do, and it's not impact a lot of costs, that we can do as simple as Excel. Excel is good enough. It just matter how you present the data. So get in touch with Sherin, for data storytelling training. I think that's important. Because, honestly speaking, we are good at numbers, but we may not good at presenting the number to the audience, and everybody look like numbers. So it's good to have data storytelling approach in your dashboard presentations or report. I think that helps you a lot to convey the entire message.
That's absolutely correct.
Fantastic.
Otherwise,
Yep.
for some people, they will just look like numbers and data, and
Yes.
they don't know how to make decision making from it.
Yes.
If it tells a story, then it gives you a clear picture, and management makes better decisions that way.
Yes.
So
Agreed.
Arul says,
Spot on.
Arul says, checking in to ensure you all are behaving well. Yes, Guru Besar Arul, we are.
Yes, cikgu discipline.
Wearing jacket, wearing attire nicely, holding a pen. Yeah, a good student today.
Yes,
Always
well behaved.
And hungry as well.
Hungry as well, yeah. Never mind. We've got 20 more minutes through the show. Make sure you have some
Yes.
water to drink, so to keep yourself hydrated.
No problem.
So before we continue with the next question, we've got quite a lot of questions, some more. We have a question for the audience first. How do you think are emerging technologies impacting HR practices? Share with us how is it in your organization, so that we can learn from you too, because it's always a two-way thing. There's always something that we can learn from someone or another. And if you have a lot of questions for Dr. Michael, please share in the comments below, because then he's going to try his very best to answer it all today. Make sure the questions are as difficult as possible.
Oh my gosh, Sherin. When I'm hungry, I can't believe it.
Michael, you should say, bring it on, bring it on.
No. If I have Ajit and Sherin in the house, this is a no words, huh? This is a no word. No word.
Never mind, Michael. Never mind. If you come to a jam, remember what we told you. Just do Bhangra. Okay.
Yay!
I like the video. Both of you dancing the manga. So I'm so following this style now.
Okay, for the rest, on a serious note, so please do share with us how the emerging technology is impacting your HR practices in your organizations. So we move on to the next question. Okay, Michael, how can HR stay ahead in responding to the challenging needs of the workforce?
I think Ajit, I believe as a HR practitioner, it's very important ourselves to really invest on our HR professional development, like workshop training, specific subject matter program, so that we have the competency and skill. I always echo HR practitioner to have substance in terms of yourself, not just by saying things, in a very generic, in a way, but have a substance in terms of probably credentialing or program that you attend, a professional program certification that will help you to be more confident in terms of conveying your HR view, your HR initiative, and so forth. So I think that is very important. If not, read a lot, read books, articles, journals about HR books, and that will give you a good insights what you need to do as a HR practitioner in your organizations. Of course, we need to know what's going on about HR trend. Read all these Mercer's, Gartner, all these reports. It may not 100% apply to your organization, but no harm reading it. To get what the latest trend going on, in the HR field of work, and then what are the HR new technologies, what are the best practices that we can replicate and adopt. I will always love the word replicate, because we learn from the best and we just modify and just apply to our organization setup. Our based on our resources, affordability and talents. Of course, attend a lot of workshops, networking, HR community, and I love this Malaysian HR forum. When you're in the WhatsApp, there's a lot of question asked, and then you know what's going on, and then you know something that you learn from other industry, other people, and then I think it's also one way of learning, to stay ahead, and I mentioned much earlier, we need to be very smart in terms of how we interpret HR data. In other words, HR analytics, we need to have I wouldn't say expert, but at least you need to know the fundamental, because it will help you to do a lot of predictive analytics in the HR works, and we can really look at what is the impact on, like example, turnover, the skill gaps, other challenges, that we allow us to get ourselves ready, for any proactive solution. Not just by guessing, gut feels. So HR don't work in this manner anymore, because we are dealing with elites group, intelligent groups, and they can challenge you one way or another. And of course, to stay ahead, don't maintain policy 20 years ago and you can apply now. So you need to change your policy. I witnessed policy which is like 1996 and it's 2023. Right, so how relevant it is. You need to ensure that your practices are fine-tuned and according to the market trend. Important, policy, practices, systems, initiative, and of course, when you policy, human being design policy, so make sure that your policy is adaptable, and then I believe has to be flexible. The policy able to change as you go along. Now, especially the pandemic, COVID-19, whatever policy we made, it's all like redundant, so we have to come up many policy. We are like Menteri Pengangkutan, you are the Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Health, every role that we play, we have to come up those very immediate policy, because everyone is asking HR, what's next, right? So do something, policy practices that is flexible, that you can modify according to the needs. What next? Of course, HR technology, you can't run away. Automations, but people will think, what happened to HR people if all automated? There is a big questions, and I don't have a perfect answer, but this is a trend. We need to ensure that technology are on board, to reduce those administrative tasks that I mentioned much earlier. And of course, last but not least, people talk about, the question raised up just now, sustainability. HR, we need to be part of the sustainability. We also have to be part of that social responsibility, initiative that involve HR practices. So whatever we do has to be linked with this element, not to say that, I think it's right, I think it's for the organization, but it involves many other elements or external elements, that make us to be more ready, to face all the new trends, all the challenges that. So I think by having said that, I would say, I won't say we can be so effectively, perfect, but at least we are not that far behind, and we can able to make significant small change, right? And then we also able to contribute, to the organization on the people agenda in the long term. Yeah, I hope I answered the head.
Talking about small changes, when you make little changes, the little changes accumulate to be a lot of changes. So as you're talking about automation, something was running through my mind. I don't know why, but just curious. Does any one of you in the audience, and you guys too, whether you all use any automation called, we use CRM automations. Have you all heard of Monday.com, Asana? These are work automations.
Yes.
Notion. Yes?
Monday.com, yes.
Okay. All right, let's hear from the audience also. What kind of automation do they use in the organization? Michael, going back to a little bit on the sustainability, right? Just now you mentioned about one of it is facilities management on sustainability, switching up all the lights. How other way can HR contribute to the sustainability effort? What other ways are there?
Shireen, you're giving me very tough questions, Yeah. Oh my God. It was like the question getting more specific and specific. Okay, all right. Okay. You're hungry, you can't really think. There are many ways. But end of the day, I always talk about, I think Ajit yesterday we talked about affordability, because sustainability, this initiative costs money, right? So so we can start small, like Shireen mentioned, we start small and we progress as we grow. Sometimes you don't need to do it alone. You can collaborate with other NGOs or any other organization who are able to work collectively and sharing the cost. I think that will help, because end of the day, everybody want to achieve the accessibility, that goal. So if you ask me, how do I contribute accessibility? First thing foremost, this is something formal, but we are moving toward it. So every KPI, so-called KPI or OKR, or even job description, we will put in this sustainability criteria inside as one of the appraisal. So everyone will whether they like it or not, they have to be part of that. We are in a pilot, but we are not doing it across the whole organization, but on the selective department. We want to see how it impacts. I think from that, we able to gauge the engagement of our colleagues on this accessibility topic. We also put that into the element on selection of our new hires. So we ask questions about sustainability, about ESG, environment, and so forth. So whether we want to know whether this individual has this mindset about wow, we need to save this, control this, how we can bring bring better impact to the earth and what. So I think this is also part of a element that we can access from the candidate, because once this person on board, whatever initiative that we do, he or she will participate wholeheartedly. Yeah. And then, of course, training. We are running a lot of ESG, gas emission calculations, accessibility framework, all these workshops, training and resources. To able to educate our colleagues at Infinity about the importance of sustainability in their departments or and the organization as a whole. Yeah. And of course, I have a very strong corporate com as well, our graphic designer a unit. So we do a lot of communication via graphic. At the back here, you see how we put in COVID-19, how we illustrate into a not too formal graphic, but something very down to earth. Yeah, how we present the communication, so people will read. Even children, they will read. Oh yeah, this is this. And also, I think this is one way how we want to communicate more effectively when you talk about a very dry topic, accessibility, very dry and very report-oriented kind of information sharing. So we want to make it something fun, yeah. And of course, sorry, is that taking too much of time?
No,
Not
it's
really.
it's brilliant.
But we do have a question from the audience.
Yep.
Yes, we have one question from Joshua. Michael, kindly elaborate more on skill gaps. What kind of measurement tools can be utilized to analyze methods?
When you talk about tools, okay, first and foremost, when you do about skill gaps, I will always look at in our industry. I just give industry, then at least you try to visualize how you implement. We always tie in skills with error, tie in with complaints, non-compliance, right? So these are few of the indicator something is not right. And we zoom in. Is it because of technology? Is it because of skill? Is it because of competency? Or is it other factors? So from there, then we can really look to be more specific, right? Now, measurement tools, there are many in the market, right? When you have a larger organization, you can afford tools that you can run in the very macro. But at Infinity, I don't invest any measurement tool. We are using very much a very traditional Excel. Yeah. So I'm not embarrassed of it, but I think it is something that we are comfortable with. And analysis, we use a very simple correlation, Pearson correlations, yeah, to see the connection between variable A and variable B. What causes this, and what is the strength between this relationship? So we are, advertisement. I'm looking for data scientists, data analytics. Yeah, because we advertisement. So because we find that this individual can collect all this data, and they can analyze it, and they can revert back into a respective department. One very good analysis, Joshua, you can look at your job analysis, yeah, your job analysis as well, with the quality assurance department, because they have a lot of data. Work with the marketing sales department, because they have a lot of feedback from the clients. Sometimes to the extent they can call and talk to HR. Your staff do not know how to write a proper email, to the extent, yeah, so it's a skill in communication in the written form. That's how I get these how I identify skill gaps, by getting all this real-time feedback. So sorry, Joshua, I'm unable to tell you a perfect measurement tool, but this is something that I can do at this moment of time. For sure, we will look into a better IT infrastructure to enable us to have more speed analysis. Yeah.
All right, and thanks, Dr. Michael. And guys, if you know of any data scientists looking for a job, please call Dr.
Example
Michael.
again.
Mangra time again. All right, Dr. Michael, what are some best practices for HR professionals to get set for the new demands of the marketplace of the workforce?
Sorry again. What's the
Best
again?
practices.
Oh, okay. Well, practice. Best practice. This word best. So easily used. I believe practical. Yeah, I think something. Something very practical. Uh, um, you we need okay I always stress my team, yeah, that you need to read and you need to know what's going on in the HR world, in the HR field of work, regardless whether you implement it or not. You need to know what is this, what is that. Otherwise people saying you are like the katak di bawah tempurung, that kind of, in the Malay philosophy, that you are, in your own cocoon, yeah, and then you are not learning elsewhere. So you need to know all this trend, technology, HR, practices. Of course, I attend conferences, workshops, seminars, webinars, all this kind of platform, where you can get get yourself ready and get set, yeah, to this all these new demands and so forth. For example, yeah. Okay. When I have colleagues coming to my department, they are production worker. They came together with an employment handbook, right? You see, so whenever we talk, we have to be very cautious, very sensitive in terms of, because they are getting smarter as well. They can Google for the answer. What I mentioned, that they go back, they Google, okay, what Michael said now, betul or tak betul, no, they will come and challenge you back. So you need to know what's going on, need to read, participate, sharing. I love this season 3, this kind of season 1, season 2, season 3 platform, where everyone can learn new things. Yeah, even myself, from Ajit and Sherry and other speakers, you learn from them one way or another, right? And again, I keep on repeating, HR analytics, you must, yeah, because that's essential. And join HR associations, MIHRM, this kind of MEF, and participate, their networking. You can learn, as well, one way or another, from their publications, speakers, all those excellent speakers. Yeah, you will learn one way or another. And of course, you need to make sure that when I come to talent, hypo talent, like Ajit mentioned yesterday in one conference, we need to be able to identify these high potential group, because they are the future young leaders to bring the company to the next level in the coming years, right? So HR have to be ready made in terms of your succession planning, in terms of your common band. These are some of the core element of HR: learning, developments, engagement. These are the things that can bring your talent moving forward and stay with you, for a longer period of time. Stay with you in order for you to have a pipeline of young talents. So I believe, having said that, I would say we are not so worried. We are ready, but not 100% ready. But at least we are not so facing the kind of fear. What next? At least we arm ourselves with all the necessary weapons, right? So I think that will help you, to get yourself, get set, ready, and go.
Fantastic. Well said. I see that we are approaching to the last few minutes of our show. So, Dr. Michael is so
Lunchtime.
happy.
Yeah.
Okay, we will do the
It's
Bhangra at
just
the end.
I'm going for the interview, like no, I feel like I'm in an interview, or I'm taking exams, like, oh my god, so tough questions. I hope
Okay.
I hope the answer
Okay.
helps one way or another, like, yeah.
It's very
Okay,
good answers. You're very in depth.
Yep. Yeah, very in depth. Let's take our final question. How can HR professional effectively bridge the gaps between traditional HR philosophies and also evolving needs of the generation workforce?
Again. Can
Last
you repeat the
question. Last
question
question,
again?
Michael.
Can you repeat the question?
How can HR professional effectively bridge the gaps between traditional HR philosophy and the evolving needs of the new generation workforce?
The last question is I always save the toughest
Yes,
one at the end. Um, um, okay. Of course, we have traditional, contemporary, and modern HR. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there are three generations of HR. I wouldn't say you have to ignore the traditional one or just remove entire 100%. Some traditional works they have their own mechanics, and we need to have this how we bundle up these three groups into a more practical solution driven practical and solution driven, so that we can I would say solve we can mitigate a lot of HR risks in the organization. Of course, first thing, come back to the original first question. If I can remember, we talk about recognizing all these different generational group. You need to know each and every group, their uniqueness and how you cater your program accordingly. Like for example, we have a gym station, right? A very high expensive gym. Me having my age, I'm not a fan of gym. So I was like, yeah, what is it in for me? All those young people go for the gym. Swimming, we have a swimming pool, for example, yeah, no, I don't swim. What is it in for me? So we need to cater a different kind of. Oh, Zumba, I'm interested in Zumba. Yoga, maybe I'm interested because that's my age, right? So I think this is an example how we cater policy practices initiative according to the needs. Gender, male and female, their needs are different. Single, married, they are different, right? Chinese, Malay, Indian, probably a bit of difference, right? And then the age, so you need to look at this many angles. So demographic data helps helps you many ways to look at policy making, and of course mentorship program is very important, where older, I believe in our industry, as you age, those hands-on colleagues, they may not have that stamina to drive trucks, to carry those warehouse work. So they are more like a facilitator, I would say like a supervisory role to share their experience to these young ones. So we have a very strong management training program. We advertisement again, So we took in a lot of fresh graduate who studied bachelor in supply chain, so to join us, and then we have all these facilitators to guide them, to understand the industry, have more insight into it. So the older generation work with the younger generation, and some younger can teach the old one, like me. When you talk about all this technology, handphone, I'm totally give up. So my younger one, Michael, you should do this. You should apply this app, and so forth. So I think one way or another about mentoring, and then of course communications strategies. Older generation, sorry to say, they may prefer traditional way, like one-to-one talk. As a young one, they want WhatsApp, don't disturb me, or you email to me, or you telegram me, that kind of way. So we also look at how we tailor-made our communication channel to a different groups, and then of course we can't run away from diversity and those inclusion program to foster belonging, the relation between the five different groups. And I think, having said that, it will really foster a good working relationship. So some these are some of the ways that we can really close that gaps.
Fantastic. I think Dr. Michael has mentioned everything, and we have came to the end of our session.
Can I say
With that,
something
we will.
before we end?
Yes,
Because
yes.
Arul has put something there, which I'm just going to summarize because it's a very valuable
Comment.
thought comment from him. He says, well, automation cannot overtake people. It can enhance the transformation, but not
Exactly.
always the people. Never
Exactly.
let transformation take over the people. So therefore,
Exactly.
organizations should not blindly pursue automation just to look and feel good and be aware on the trade-offs. A balance is definitely needed. So yeah, that's a good one. So
Yeah.
yeah, we've come to the end and it's time for Michael to eat. So Ajit, over to you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for all to all our audience for their participation. Thank you to Dr. Michael Loo for being with us for this serious discussion today. Before we end, are there any ways if the audience want to reach out to you? Is there any way that they could reach out to you
Yeah,
for any
LinkedIn.
future
LinkedIn will be
questions?
one. Yeah, LinkedIn, or you can, email to me. My official email, lhlu@infinity.com.mine. Yeah.
Okay.
If you
Good.
bump me in
Okay, so
anywhere, shopping mall, anywhere, just stop me. I see you somewhere at this Shireen's YouTube podcast. Just stop me anywhere.
okay, thank you very much, Doctor. So before we
Thank you.
move on, we would like to thank the audience as well. And please stay tuned for our next upcoming episode 8, season 3, episode 8, HR TV soon. Before that, Doctor, we need you to do some Bhangra. Come on, Doctor. Bhangra, Shireen,
Okay, okay.
everybody.
Woohoo! Only no music, man.
Woohoo!
Yeah, let's
So
have
now,
music,
uh,
We must have
yes,
some
no,
music
next round.
as
Yes.
we go along. Yeah.
So now
And
we
guys,
reward you with your lunch.
I enjoyed the session, definitely.
reward will be lunch shortly. And to the audience, and if you are a HR or L&D manager who are planning trainings, we don't just do communication training, Dr. Michael. We do
Yes,
a
yes.
range of soft skills, team buildings, and Microsoft Office trainings. So if you are a HR and L&D manager, drop us your inquiries at training@compassmind.com. And before we end, we would like to wish you a wonderful week ahead, and we look forward to seeing all of you again. Thanks for watching HR Interventions Serious Discussion Only.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Woohoo!